was given to us.
Right, I know what I'm doing then. Don't!
Much that once was, is lost, for none now live who remember it. Well, that's not entirely true now, is it? In a tent in the woods there lived a wizard.
Get off my lawn.
At least, he thought he was a wizard, for he called himself Gandalf and claimed to have existed since the dark times of Middle-earth. This would make him very old indeed.
My hemorrhoids!
Enter Anaru, a common man from the present age. As he went on his daily walk, he stumbled across an ancient relic.
What's this?
Tales passed down for ages told of the one ring to rule them all, but it was long since thought to have been destroyed. And yet, he had found a piece bearing a striking resemblance to it. His first sign that something was amiss came from the disappearing runes on the nearby tree. Though he could barely make them out, they told of an approaching wizard. He had heard tales of a crazy local who believed he was a wizard and was about to leave when a strange figure approached. Though he had never seen the figure before, he did look familiar. Like you, he too had heard tales of Gandalf the Grey and Gandalf the White. But this is the story of Gandalf the Senile. Yes, this crazy old coot who believed himself to be the wizard of legend was about to kidnap poor Anaru and take him on the journey of a lifetime. And as we shall see, with Gandalf's old age comes a slew of problems.
Get off the roof!
For starters, he believes he saw Anaru dig up the One Ring, and he insists on recruiting his old hobbit friends to help destroy it. Anaru has to explain that the evil Rockstar Games locked the hobbits in the house long ago, and they were forced to resort to cannibalism to survive. Sam was the strongest and hungriest of the hobbits, so he won out and was the last one standing. But by the time he had eaten poor Pippin's pelvis, he had become so portly he couldn't bust through the door. If the door had been round as traditional hobbit doors are, this wouldn't have been a problem. But alas, the hobbits are no more. Once this sunk in, Gandalf decided the two should make the journey alone. The destination? The fires of Mount Hagen, where the ring was forged long ago. Along the way, Gandalf explained they would face numerous perils. Orcs, trolls, beasts of various sizes, the terrifying Balrog, and the all-seeing eye of Sauron, which had inhabited the body of a young woman named Harriet. Kill an animal? Sauron knows. Skin an animal someone else killed? Sauron knows. Kill a person? Sauron doesn't care at all. To complicate matters further, Gandalf suffers from weak bladder, as often comes with old age. Indeed, not 30 seconds into the journey, and he already has to return to the Shire for peepees. Conversation on the trail is sporadic. Gandalf babbles on about aching joints, kids these days, and advances in the adult diaper industry. But he keeps coming back to one central topic, the Battle of Helm's Deep. Apparently, the old codger lived through this battle long ago, and now believes it is about to take place again. As the pair bunker down inside the fortress, Anaru notices a lack of enemy soldiers outside and considers making a break for it. But as night turns to day, they appear.
Do you guys know how to get to Oregon? Run away!
And what a mighty fighting force this is! Surely the fortress will falter against such a large army. The battle rages for 4 days, and on the 4th night, Gandalf is hunkering down out back by the fire awaiting the end of all things. In an effort to prevent him from soiling another diaper, Anaru attempts to ease his mind by talking to him. Gandalf questions what man can do against such reckless hate. At that moment, all Anaru could think to say was,
"Ride out and meet them."
So they did. They rode at first light, on the 5th day, at dawn. And they royally pooed the scrooch on this one. I mean, look at this awful display of horsemanship. They made a mockery of all things good and decent, and they set fire to a horse. How? How did this happen? Why is this idiot still following a senile guy dressed as a wizard? Someone make it make sense. And yet, they lived to ride on. Onward over open field they bound, with Gandalf for some unknown reason still deciding which way to go. The man's sense of direction failing him, the pair found themselves stumbling off cliffs, inside a geyser, battling trolls and beasts of every size, orc, and even in a saloon in Armadillo. Gandalf, how in the ever-loving did we wind up here? Eventually, they did get back on course as Gandalf became convinced they had to make haste for the Battle of Minas Tirith. Luckily for our hero, Gandalf's frequent bathroom stops along the way meant they arrived too late for the battle. Bad luck for the inhabitants of the once great city, now desolate, but good luck for our hero, who could finally proceed to the mountain. It was while scaling the mountain that Naru once again discovered a new low point in Gandalf's mental state. For this mountain was no volcano, but was in fact snow-covered and freezing. Gandalf even stopped for peepees in a bush with no leaves, had he no decency left. But like a good lad, Naru did his duty to discard the ring from his inventory, since he believed that this would bring an end to this ridiculous journey. For Gandalf had mentioned that once the ring was discarded, he would summon his eagles to carry them back to the Shire where the journey had begun so long ago. Then, in a moment of pure senility, Gandalf shot down the very eagles that had come to rescue them. "My warranty!" he cried. "They're trying to reach me about my car's extended warranty!" This incited the rage of Sauron, who attempted to smite Gandalf with the fire of 1,000 flames, and he did indeed burn for quite some time. After a time had passed, he regained his composure and remembered they were his friends. And though they were smaller than the eagles of old Naru remembered, he decided to trust him, the stupid git, and let them carry him back. And then the eagles dropped both of them off a cliff because they were too big to be carried by such small birds. They survived the fall, and had nearly limped their way back home to enjoy some strawberry scones when, good lord, the Balrog!
I'm stuck here with the wizard because all the hobbits are dead.
You shall not pass!
My friends.
You bow to no one.
Cut! There are no guns in Lord of the Rings.
I hope we don't need that door for any more shots because it's roasted now. And now you're gonna. Yes. Gandalf the Black.